Monster RX93.1, and this is exciting. We have a very, very special co-hosts.
Of course.
I am muted.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a
I mean,
problem, right? Sometimes we have
we
that
wanna
whole
we wanna have an
muted feel.
interview, but we're all muted.
We're
But
all
we're
muted.
so stoked, super excited.
Super. Actually, a lot of people are excited on the comment section as well.
As they should.
Actually, that's true.
Yes,
So
yes,
let's
yes. So,
not keep them waiting any longer.
Alright, okay.
So, ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, joining us today, let's all welcome Keshi!
Hi, how are y'all?
Hi,
Hello!
Keshi.
Good
hey,
morning.
Keshi. Good
Hello, good
morning.
Well,
morning.
morning here. I
Good
don't know.
morning here.
Yeah,
What
good
time is it
morning-
and
good
where
morning
are
to y'all.
you?
It's just 8 p.m. over here. It's not too late, just chilling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Hi, Keshi. How have you been? How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling motivated to finish the record, and I'm feeling really stressed. Honestly, like really anxious. Or I wouldn't say anxious. I would just say that I'm busy. Like I have a lot of things going on that are keeping me busy right now.
Actually, I love that you're very candid about, you feeling anxious because a lot of your
Right.
fans listen to your songs because they're feeling anxious. They call you the healer
Right.
of wounds through music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I was looking, I was looking at some of the YouTube comments, and they're like,
right.
"Are you guys sure he's not a nurse anymore? Because he just healed me with his music."
Right. I feel like I see that quite a bit. Yeah. No, I'm not a nurse anymore. I'm done with that. I'm done with that life.
Okay. I have a cut here. Let's see if I listen to one of your songs, if it'll
It'll
heal.
be.
It will magically heal.
I have a question for Keshi.
Yeah.
Like you started roughly around the time, just right at the cusp of the start of the pandemic. I mean, how did that work out for you? You had probably so many plans, in
Yeah.
2019, and okay, this is what we'll do. We'll do live this, live that, and then suddenly,
Right.
roughly a year after, the world turned upside down. How did you guys recalibrate in terms of your quote unquote your launch, into the industry?
Right. Right. I wouldn't call it exactly like the launch time, but I think things were definitely picking up. I was always making music with Keshi ever since like 2017. But as for like things were definitely accelerating. I would put it that way. And I was about to go on an opening tour with Eden, and there were a lot of shows planned. And I'm so sad those shows got canceled, but I feel like I see a silver lining in everything that happened because I had a lot of time to circle back and like refocus, and I got to write the Always record. I had a lot of time to kind of sit by myself and kind of rethink the artist project a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like things
And,
were
and
going to happen really fast. Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Keshi, stemming from that question, actually, we have some fan questions.
Yeah.
Keshi underscore Kulto asks, how has your writing style changed from making The Reaper to now?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question right now because I'm in the process of making my first album, and I am very protective of my process. Like I don't let very many people in terms of like production and writing, and it's not like I haven't tried getting into sessions. It's a very normal thing to do in order to help like, with the quantity that's required, you know. But every time I go, like it's just not fruitful, and it started to feel like a waste of time. It started to feel like maybe I'm just not cut out for it for some reason. But it's just about having those sessions to find the right person. And I found that person, and he's an amazing producer. His name is Ely, and he's helping me with every song on the album, and it's been going so well. And the greatest thing is that he and I both work in Logic, so if I need to switch seats and be a producer for a little bit, like we can do that, and I know my way around it. So it's been so much more collaborative than it has been in the past, and it sounds a lot more honest. The album sounds a lot more honest this time too. So
Would you say that you are that way as well in general, like in life? Or is it just when it comes to music that you're very particular and you like being in control, and in real life you're just really this laid back guy who's, good
I'm
with whatever?
Yeah, no, I'm incredibly laid back. I really don't care like about like very many things. I mean, I care about things like I'm just not picky about certain things like some of my friends are. They're very picky about like what they eat. I have a friend who like takes peas out of fried rice. Like he like sits there and he like scoops it out with his
Wow.
child. Yeah, I know he's nuts. He's a little nuts.
What?
I was but yeah, like it's definitely just the music, and I would say like the visuals that I'm very like in tune with, like being very hands on with.
So when you do make your music, is
Yeah.
it mostly, or when you do write your music, it's mostly just you there in that iconic room? I feel like it's so
I know. I
iconic
feel like
because
I'm like literally always in here. Yes, it is. So the way that the making this album, like the process has been, is that I'd be going over to LA for a couple weeks to just produce as many different sorts of sounds as I can, and then take them back here, and I'll write to it here. I didn't want to like stress over lyrics or stress over melodies because it takes like longer than 2 weeks sometimes. Like, so I'd much rather get as many ideas churned out, and then back home I can like kind of fine tune those ideas, and I can spend as much time writing in my little safe space like as I want.
Yeah.
have you
Actually-
been seeing a lot of fans lately? I mean, when you do
Mhm.
go to LA or there in your hometown.
I see a couple fans here and there. I mean, I feel like it's still definitely like everyone has masks on, so that's hard to tell. And I don't really make it out of the studio even when I'm in LA. I try to kind of just like I'm actually just so busy. It's not like I just go out for fun. Like we block out 14 days, and I'm trying to be with Yuli like all of those days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still do run into people like at the airport and stuff, or like even walking about every now and then, and it's nice. I love seeing the fans in person. I love taking pictures and just talking to them.
Do you miss the crowd?
Yes, absolutely. I miss the crowd so much. It's such a different feeling, and it's been so long since I last played a show. I think it was like 2019. Like in the fall of 2019. So like
Wow.
I'm just dying to feel it again, because I feel like there's been so much growth, but I don't feel it like tangibly yet,
Your fans are really intense. They're giving away their number on the comment section.
Oh,
Let's I'm not sure if that's
Yeah.
I was
it's
possible,
a
you
6-3 in the
I
start
was just
for the
going to ask,
Philippines.
does it freak you out when fans recognize you even with your mask on?
that's the funny thing. I did get recognized with my mask on in LA. But I feel like people recognize the tattoo.
Right.
And I had my guitar over
yes.
my shoulder.
Oh yeah.
So it was so sweet, because the first thing they asked me is that, like, we were waiting at the carousel together to get our bags, and we just stood next to each other. I didn't really think anything of it, but then he said, "Excuse me, like, do you play music?" And I had my guitar over my shoulder, like, "Yeah, I do."
I love that. Oh, you
And
know
then-
me. I have a little old album over here, but no,
Yeah,
he's a global
yeah.
sensation, you guys.
No.
So you were talking about your friends earlier. So I have a question. When your song "Drunk" came out, did you have friends ask you, "Is that me? Am I one of those friends who are drunk
Oh,
that you wrote?"
no.
my friends.
Nobody asked, because they all knew exactly who they were.
Mm.
Like I have a
You know
small group
they're
of friends,
by name.
Yeah. They know who they are when I'm talking about them. It's all in good spirit too, So
We have a couple more fan questions, actually, Keshi.
Sure.
Sorry, Elena says, what
Yeah.
song from the new album is your most favorite, if you can share with us? And what's
Ooh.
that one song that you're excited to let cults hear?
There's a song on the record called "Get It." Sorry, my screen just got bright because I just pulled iTunes. Like I have the album in front of me. There's a song called "Get It" that I feel like when fans hear it, they're just gonna be like blown away. It's gonna be crazy. The energy is just
Get
so
It.
different from what I've made. And right now, I just finished a song called "Millie," and it's more of an interlude than anything, but it's definitely my favorite right now. But that happens with every song that I make. That's like the most recent one. Like it's always on repeat. Until like the next few days later, I make a new one.
Love the
Oh
one
my
we're currently
gosh.
playing. Actually, it's
Yeah.
Oh,
charting
thank you.
on our countdown show. So, can you tell
Thank
us more
you.
about that song, about Beside You?
Yeah, Beside You is a collaboration between me and Madion, who is an amazing artist, producer, DJ, especially in the electronic sort of music sphere. And we were going to be introduced by our management. We had a call set up, and before the call, his team had sent me over a beat that he was working on, which was the one that we used for Beside You. And I wanted to impress him. Like I kind of wanted to, send him something like so fast that it would blow him away. So I laid down the hook for Beside You. I finished it. The lyric was a little different, but it was there. And I remember as soon as we got on the call, I was like, hey, like I wrote a little bit on that track that you sent me, So I played it for him live, like through my speakers over FaceTime. And I think it was at that moment we both kind of realized like we were onto something special. So immediately we started getting to work, and we had probably like 2 or 3 FaceTime calls to try to hash out the melodies. So we wrote the pre-chorus together, and then I kind of put it to rest, actually. I stopped writing it for like a couple of months because I was freaking out about the album. I hadn't really gotten started, and I was like anxious, and I was like, I don't know what to do, what makes a good album, like how do I make a classic, like freaking out.
So you made that
yeah.
in the middle of you making the album.
Exactly, yes. That is 100% right. There was a day where I had a lackluster day in LA, and I went back to the studio, and I had nothing to work on. I was like, I need to crack this back open, see if I can make something out of it.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
Such a good song. Can I just say I put
Yeah.
it on my running playlist. It's
Thank
just,
you,
guys,
thank you.
If you haven't put it on your running, it's good for cardio. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It
definitely
is.
feels like it could
And
be.
plus, your trilogy remixes. It's also
Right.
good for working out.
Oh, for sure, for sure. All the energy in there is so different. It's super cool.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people, might not have made the connection because you started making music using your actual name first, and then you changed it to Keshi, which is actually like a Japanese pronunciation of Casey, which is your
Right,
your
that's
name.
right.
Is there a story behind it, like how you stumbled into that? Oh, you know what? I can name myself Keshi. Is
Yeah,
there like
it was-
a story
I
behind
mean,
it?
the story behind it is that, like, I mean, I didn't really think it was like any sort of nickname. It's just like I grew up hearing that all the time. So when it came time to make a SoundCloud username for my random account that I wanted to make before Keshi was even like a thing, I haven't said this before actually. There's a ton of usernames that I have gone by. So the struggle in making an artist like username on SoundCloud was that like I didn't want to use a username that I'd already used. So I was just like, dang, like what do I
Right.
pick, And I felt like Keshi was like strangely so familiar, and it's actually so obviously me that like nobody would guess it basically. So that's kind of why I went with it.
Are you still using some accounts with like your other usernames? Let's say
Oh, yeah, of
you go
course.
on there and they
Yeah.
talk to you, but they don't know you're Keshi. Let's say they're a
Oh,
big fan.
I could probably totally do that. Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't that be like an amazing game to play? Don't they
Yeah.
have that on YouTube? Like they go on the
Yeah,
internet
those series,
as
yeah,
themselves.
like Discovery, yeah. There have, I mean, this is a little bit different, but there's a game called Valorant that's out. It's made by Riot
Mhm.
Games, and it's like a tactical shooter game, and I play a lot with my friends. And my username on Valorant is Keshi. And it's like the first one, it's the original one, because like usually anyone can have the same name, but there's like a number, the 4 numbers associated with it. So mine are 0000, so it's the very first one.
So it's literally just Keshi.
Yeah.
It's literally just
Wait.
Keshi.
Keshi,
So
interestingly
you
enough,
like-
there's a
Okay.
fan question about Valorant.
Yeah.
What's your
Oh,
favorite
really?
gun, skin, and hatest and best map? And fave agent? That's 3 questions from
Wow.
Colleen
Favorite-
Sparks.
Wow.
Favorite gun skin is Glitch Pop. Favorite agent is Cypher, and favorite map is Breeze right now.
Oh,
was-
I
that was a
wish
lot of
one of our
questions,
co-DJs were here. You talked to him like maybe last year, JC,
Uh-huh.
when you were on the Monster as well, because
Oh,
he
yeah,
likes
yeah,
to
yeah.
play Valorant as well. So then
Oh,
you guys
nice.
can have a whole conversation.
Out
about
of
For sure.
curiosity, like
Yeah.
how long can you keep playing in a day? Like, what's the longest you've played in one day?
It depends on the game, honestly, but I've definitely played. I feel like when I'm not in writing mode, I'll play from like 9 to 2 on a bad day. Like on
Wow.
like on a day where I'm like not being disciplined, I'll just like play for 5 hours and just like it's less gaming and more socializing with my friends, than anything.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
true. First
Alright.
time I went on Discord this year, and I'm like, what is a Discord?
Yeah.
I literally went on there typing on different servers, and I'm like, what do we do here? And then I uninstalled them. Yeah. My goodness.
All right, so you know what, Keshi, we'd
great.
love to keep you longer, but maybe I think a lot of your fans are just waiting to hear from you. So, is there something you would like to say to all of your fans and listeners listening to us right now here in the Philippines?
Thank you to everyone who listens over in the Philippines. I'm so grateful. It means the world to me. I can't wait for you guys to hear the album. It's sounding really good. Can't wait to get it out to you guys. And hopefully I'll be able to announce the date to you guys pretty soon.
All right,
Keshi,
there
oh my
you go.
gosh,
Thank you
Keshi,
so much
can I
for
just
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank
Last
And with
minute,
that,
last minute, one of our office mates is actually a big fan. Can you say hi to Isa?
Hi, Isa.
Such a
Thank
big
you so much for
fan. Oh my
listening.
gosh.
I appreciate it.
Oh gosh. Thank you, Keshi.
Thank you so much, and we hope to
Thank
see
you,
you here in
Keshi.
Manila
Yeah.
when everything
And we're-
is good
Of
again.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So we're
love
about to play
Alright.
his song. Very excited. This is Beside You by Keshi. And we just interviewed him, so keep it locked. Only on the Monster.
Friend.
Ah,
Isa.
so cool. Isa. Magpapa-cake si Isa, ha? Kailan? We're gonna wait.
Oh my gosh. Such a cool person, honestly, to talk to.
I know. I like
Yeah.
really just a laid back guy.
Yeah.
Someone you definitely want to be friends with. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Ganda.
Are we on break?
We have
Hindi ko
feedback
sarili
pala.
ko
Just like
pala.
a couple of songs.
Oo.
Huh?
We're echoing.
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 Chico, dapat pinairam mo na sa akin si Church eh.
Why?
Kakainis. Sabi ko na sa'yo, may nag-tweet kay LV ng picture ng Corgi. Nag-reply siya. Sabi niya una, Corgi? Question mark. Tapos nag-reply ulit siya, jealous. And I'm like, oh my God, I should have borrowed. Sabi ko na dapat binigyan mo na ako ng picture eh.
Hindi, iti-tweet ko na kami ni Church magkasama tapos ako yung re-replyan ni Lisa. Tapos sabihin sa akin, oh, you're my favorite fan from the Philippines.
You're my favorite radio DJ from the Philippines.
Yun, diba?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Tapos to make it worse, yung talagang alam mo yung sinakak mo na tapos inikot mo pa, sasabihin sa akin ni Lisa, you're my only DJ fan in the Philippines. Hindi ka na nag-i-exist.
Wala na.
Yeah.
What if that happens though? Would you get mad? Be honest.
Would I get mad? The question is, would
Kilala mo
Chico
ba siya?
still be alive?
Kilala mo pa si Hazel at tinatanong mo kung will she be mad?
You know, I know she's a good person. Wow.
Mga taong taga-Brazil na tinutweet back, nagagalit ako, di ko naman kakilala.
alam mo yung 11 na ng gabi, nagme-message sa akin si Hazel na, itong mga to, nire-replyan niya.
Itong mga to, masyadong obsessed eh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bakit
I'm
daw?
kayo-
Ako na-notice ko lang Sorry ha. Kasi di ba, TMR naman tayo, di ba? Bakit may special mention yung isang DJ sa ibang show? Bakit may
Kasi
ba't may
naglalaro
special?
din siya
Ba't
ng
may special? Hindi eh. Parang hindi. Parang may ganito eh. Parang may ganyan eh.
Nakakainis.
Bakit?
Tapos yung mga tao, bakit nagbablush si Rica? Nag-blush ko eh. Bakit ba?
Total,
Pwede
Parang
nagbe-bring
ba?
ano,
up na lang din tayo ng ng ganyan, ng mga, mga go DJ na may something. Batiin na rin natin yung
mm.
mga, ano, yung mga baby whale na may something. So, hi baby whale. I know
Baby
Uy,
whale
you're
pa
hala,
a
naman
comment
siya.
meron,
section.
Isa Yarn, meron siyang shout out.
Isa yard?
Isa Yarn,
Forever. Can we
oo.
make that a thing? Isa yard?
Pag meron kang pa-shout out, no?
Aray.
Bakit ba? Grabe kayo ah.
Mm-mm.
Mahilig ba si Lisa
Saka,
sa sa pugs? Or you've never seen her with a
Well,
pug?
she doesn't have a pug. The thing is, I feel like now, kaya siguro yung comment niya dun sa corgi jealous, even if she wanted to get a corgi, because of the foundation that she has, a rescue center, I feel like it goes against her principles to buy a dog. So
mm,
she just adopts
mm.
pretty much every dog she has. I think they're all rescues, ganyan. So, parang feeling ko malabo naman na may corgi na mapupulot sa labas na pwede niya i-rescue. So,
Alam mo,
Nung
sinisip ko.
pinabati natin si Isa, sabi nila, Isa Vanderpump.
ganda.
Ano siya? Taga Everly Hills.
Everly Hills.
Lambo niyo.
Si Isa
Sana kami magtayo, no?
Isa eh.
Subdivision, Everly Hills. Feeling ko ang
Everly.
winner.
Buisit.
Everly Hills.
Taga Everly ka? Taga Everly din ako.
How many days left for you with Pugsley?
After the release of Butter, so 22.
Mamimiss mo si Pugsley? Ay, hindi. Kasi may butter.
Kasi I'm actually really thankful na it's like one day after Butter kasi I'm gonna be distracted.
Are you gonna cry?
With Butter? Oo. As in, I'm
No,
gonna
with
cry.
when Pugsley
with Pugsley.
leaves, will you cry?
Obviously, sa butter siya mas maiiyak. Rica, ito lang siguraduhin mo lang na kay Kara mo ibabalik si Pugsley. Baka sobrang distracted mo kung kanino mo ipasa si Pugsley.
Alam mo,
Nandiyan
hindi
ako
kami
sa
nag-deliver
baba.
sa kanya. Tapos inabot niya ganun doon sa mamang delivery. Okay na po.
Of course not. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Oh, he's so cute. How are
Parang ano
Gago.
raw, alam mo yung parang lasing si Rica. Ano, dahil ito sa in-interview natin.
Si Keshi. Uy, try mo kayong paiyakin si Pugsley. Parang yung yung crying shit too.
Paano
Parang
ulit?
si
Paano
Basha,
ulit?
the crying shit too.
Okay, paano ulit?
Paiyakin mo yung, uy, kawawa naman si Pugsley.
Iiyak na yan. Ay, iiyak na yan. Wala.
Sabi niya, Bella.
Bella?
Nakagalan lang siya. Utot
Wala
mo.
siyang
Ano?
pake.
How do they relate to each other, si Pugsley and Pepper? Are they friends?
Ano lang, they just smell each other's butts.
Okay.
Ay? Para magjowa lang.
Sana all.
Okay. Wait, how many batches of the top 10 are we doing?
Just one na lang kasi di ba usually
One na
when we
lang.
have like
Right.
an interview, it takes the place of one.
I'm just
So.
doing 2 batches.
Tsaka parang
Ayun
ano,
naman.
parang
Hindi
nabusog
niyo
naman si
interview.
Rica sa ano natin.
Bitin nga eh.
Di na nga
Dami ko
magbe-breakfast yan eh. Actually, di na siya
Dami ko
magdala.
Ano mo? Maraming nakapansin Maraming nakapansin. Akala mo hindi. Pag ganyan tayo, nag-top 10 tayo, ganyan ka lang. Pero nung kay Keshi, let's... Ang lapit-lapit! Nakakainis! Tapos biglang,
ko.
Alam mo, kulang na lang. Ilabas mo yung dila mo sa harap ng
Diba?
webcam mo. Oo.
alam mo yung kulang na lang, Keshi,
Inaantay ko kanina yan. Inaantay ko yan.
Guys, nobody show this to Keshi, okay? Nobody show this to Keshi. Do not take this
Keshi's
video.
here backstage.
No, he is not anymore.
Yeah,
Grabe. Someone seemed
Grabe ka.
real thirsty.
Alam mo, sa
Kasi
totoo lang, I'm
lapit
just,
sa camera. Never siya ganun
pwede
kalapit
magsalita?
during Facebook Live. Hindi.
Hindi.
Defend yung sarili.
Wala. Nasa presinto ka na magpaliwanag.
I was just being professional. I want him to feel like he's welcome because
Professional you're.
Eh, kasi yung mic ko nakaganito. So I'm like, di ba?
Diba? As in, ang grabe maka-interview. As in, ang lapit-lapit. Kulang na lang dilaan yung screen.
Professional.
Tsaka no? Si Rica well-rounded. Nung si
Tigilan mo ako, Chico.
Destiny. Ay, saka si Keshi.
I mean, exactly.
Because, you know, I like their songs. I like their songs. I
Song-oriented
listen to
ka.
them.
Song-oriented
The
ka.
song. Diba? Music. Music.
If you
Music
had
is
to
my
pick
life.
one person to get stuck in an elevator with, would you pick Keshi or would you pick Destiny?
Yeah, what's your song orientation?
Oo, pili ka. Isa lang.
Isa lang, elevator, ganun. Pwede ring hotel room. Kunyari,
Elevator.
na-lock yung door, may, press con sa hotel room or something.
Teka, umiinom
Na
ako.
merong bubble bath. Merong bubble bath. Tsaka silk sheets. At saka champagne.
Wait lang.
Ang tagal naman.
Champagne.
Ang tagal naman ng thinking time.
Do you wanna chillin' with the boys? Or do you want to Joe, my friends are drunk again?
Eh, syempre dun tayo sa drunk. Kasi diba, mahilig akong, diba?
Doon ka sa drunk.
Di ko pa nga natanong yung question ko eh. Favorite cocktail, favorite drink.
Okay.
Uy, pero
Ayun
sa
na lang
totoo,
daw.
if you guys,
Sabi ni John Sinai, sinong mas gusto mong paliguan?
walang magsasend nito kay Keshi. Do not take this video and tweet him. No.
Sinong mas gusto mong paliguan?
Si Hazel.
Bukod kay Hazel.
Kay Hazel kasi naka-reserve yung na yun eh. Endeavor.
Move na yon, oo. Para sa akin na
So,
yun.
pag nagpaligo sa'yo, hindian mo yung dalawa?
Eh, di naman.
Hindi, sinong gusto mong magpaligo sa'yo? Kasi ako yung
Yun.
papaligo mo. So,
Yun.
iba naman yung papaligo
Nawalan
naman
na ako
sa'yo.
ng Hello? Nawalan na ako ng connection. Nawalan na ako ng connection. Yun na nga. So, hello to all the rushers. Wait, hindi. Pero you know what? If you guys listen to his Instagram lives, it's like listening to a podcast. As in, tuloy lang siya. And so relaxing. O, di ba?
Ganito na lang, Rica. Total, paparelease na rin ng BTS. If you were a slice of bread, who would you want to butter you? Keshi, Destiny, or Jessie? Jessie Tevez.
Ayoko na, guys. Ayoko na.
Keshi,
Kala ko BTS
Destiny, or
BTS.
Jessie?
Jesse.
Hindi,
BTS,
tatlo lang. Who would you want to butter you if you were a slice of bread?
Wait lang. Isipin ko muna. Anong klaseng bread? Sourdough. Wait lang.
Sige, sourdough. Hindi, puko. Parang bagay.
Lamon.
Tama na natin yung Markki
Bihaya.
choices
Bihaya
para
pala.
kumpleto. Keshi, Destiny, Markki, Jeshi. Sino?
Jessie. Si Jessie Tevez. Jessie Tevez.
Sige na. Keshi na. Una. Napilitan lang ako
There you go. Now we know the
There
answer.
you go.
Walang magsisend.
Winner si Keshi.
Siyempre, kaka-interview lang natin. We need to
You're just saying
make him
butter.
feel.
How about the peanut butter and jelly? So if you were to
Ay.
Ano bang pinag-uusapan natin?
From butter, napunta sa peanut butter and jelly.
Hindi ko din alam.
Butter kasi.
Naku, tapos pag nagkatuluyan kayo, meron ng part 2 si Keshi, maglalabas siya. And
Baliw, ano na yun?
Rica is
Isn't
drunk
he,
again.
isn't he like engaged or something?
Rica's drunk
Drunk
again.
again.
Yes. Destiny na lang pala. Engaged na yun.
Tapos
Sige, sige.
magugulat ka, naglabas ng song si Destiny. Oh, mami, oh, mama,
Hindi.
Rica's drunk again. Yun pa din yung
Yung,
lyrics.
yung tomboy.
Oo.
Ang init. Ang init. Ba't ang init?
Yeah. Mahina yung audio ko kasi nag-echo if it's too loud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nako, pag sabi ni Aljon, daw BTS ang nag-butter sa'yo, imaginein mo, ito silang nag-butter sa'yo.
Ano? Clubhouse
Oh my
sandwich.
God, I want.
Hoy,
Ay, sorry, joke.
napaka-bumi talaga nito. Talaga nito.
Pero kung pipili kayo sa BTS, sinong gusto nyong mag-butter sa inyo? Sige
Ako,
na,
tinatanong
indulge
mo,
me.
Jin.
Diyos ko,
Si Jin.
Jin sa akin.
may JK dito eh. Soldier for one.
oo, hindi mo tinatanong yun, Diyos ko.
Tinanggihan
Kahit siguro-
yung butter ni V. Dala-dala na ni V yung
Oh,
butter
si V.
9.
Hindi naman,
Hindi
hindi.
na si V.
Hindi tayo ng isa eh. So, syempre, kasama siya doon. So, Diyos ko, kahit siguro, pupo ng kalabaw yung okay lang sa akin.
Oria, si Mang Job.
Kasi
What?
center siya eh.
Ano daw?
Pero syempre kung pipiliin ko si RM pa rin. RM. Ikaw Markki.
JK.
Ay, may
The one with the high
kalaban.
voice. Isn't that the one with the high voice?
You
What's
mean
the name of the one with
Jimin?
the high voice? Jimin pala.
Well, si JK
si-
din. Si JK din.
Oo.
But I
Di
mean,
ba
si
mataas
Jimin
din
kasi he has a really strong falsetto eh.
Yeah.
I like his falsetto.
Grabe.
Yeah, there you go. Jimin pala.
Ibang Jin yung
Anyway,
sinasabi nyo, Jin Bulag daw. Iba yun.
Hindi ako pwedeng Jin kasi magiging Jin Garcia, 'di ba? Hindi pwede.
Oh my God.
Di ba? Hindi pwede.
Jin Garcia, the best.
Magiging
I
Jin
love it.
Garcia, 'di ba? Hindi pwede. Jigo Garcia na nga ako eh, 'di ba? Naging Jin Garcia pa.
Yeah. Around 30 seconds before we go live.
All right.
Feeling anxious.
Ah.
They call you.
Monster RX93.1 and we are live. Time for the top 10.
All right, so we're still on a high. We just spoke with Keshi on our Facebook Live, first part. Well, some more than others. And
Some closer to the camera than others.
some
ganito naman
closer
ako.
to
Ay,
the
bakit ako
camera
pawis?
more than others. Yeah.
I'm always like
And
this.
To the handlers of Keshi, you might want to check out the off-air Facebook Live
No, please don't. Please don't. No.
for some revelations. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And here we go.
I-post na lang. I-post na lang yung yung
Hindi. Di ba friends
Sa
tayo?
in
Uy,
between.
friends! Friends! Di ba friends ko kayo?
Digital. Alam niyo
Anong
na.
JC gusto
Digital,
niyo?
alam niyo na kung anong ipopost. Mm-mm.
Anong JC? Ano sabi mo? Anong JC ang gusto
Jeez.
nila? Bakit ikaw?
GC.
Anong JC ang gusto mo?
Baka ikaw.
And here we go. We've got our top 10 for today. Let's thank, of course, our topic sender, Meryl KK, Blue Gray, and Memski. Hashtag I fell in love with. 7070 says, I fell in love with an electrician. But after what I learned about her, I was shocked.
Electric.
Diba? I was shocked. And very uso yan, di ba? Si Katy Perry may electric na. Very,
Electric.
very fitting, no? Electric. So, all about Pokemon.
Guys,
That's
sabi
a
ni
thing
John,
now.
guys, 2 batches kayo, ibo-boycott ko yung show pag hindi. Grabe.
Uy, hindi nga. Di ba kapag may guest, isang batch na lang?
Kapag may guest,
Oo.
isang batch.
Tomorrow
na lang.
ulit. We have one more tomorrow.
Sabi ni Pakwan, bakit daw parang nagke-crave na siya ng Vietnamese coffee tsaka banh mi?
Because they're good. They're good. Don't you have that?
How good, Rica? How good?
You're
How
very, very, really. Ano pa ba?
Super,
Super?
mega good.
Kung
Kami,
gusto ni
regular kami
Rica
na...
ang Vietnamese coffee. Ikaw, Chico, anong favorite mong coffee? Barako?
Marami eh. Kami ni Hazel, meron kaming...
Baby whale.
BB coffee?
Every morning,
BB
pag
Well?
timbahay ako, I have Baby Whale coffee.
Oh, kami ni Chico, ano kami? May rotation.
Vietnamese, no?
We don't stick to
Oo,
one.
rotation.
Ah, okay.
Pero FYI,
Pero
sa mga niro-rotate namin, fave ko yung Vietnamese. It's
Yeah.
really good. You know.
Ah.
Medyo matamis lang, but it's such a guilty pleasure of mine.
Not
I know I
only-
shouldn't, but
Not
So
only is it
good.
good, it's the cheapest also.
the
Also, alam
cheapest.
mo na ano, diba? You know that it's Vietnamese coffee. Yung parang,
Yes.
it's so distinct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's significantly
And ano
cheaper. Literally half the price of what we order
price.
from other places. Yeah.
Because you know what I love about it? It's very strong, but it's also sweet. So ang galing nung laban nila na,
Oo.
Yeah.
I'm strong! I'm sweet! I'm strong! I'm sweet! Diba parang ang ganda ng laban?
Nangyayari. Pwedeng pagawa
Can
ko
you
ng
please
GIF.
make a GIF? Can we make a GIF from that?
Hindi kasi, ang ganda nung laban kasi. Diba?
Animated
I
yarn.
love it.
Ako kasi I went black eh. So now I will never go back. Well, sometimes. If the milk is
black naman, diba?
almond milk or probably oats milk. But I'd rather have just black coffee.
I don't know. I tried black and I went back. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Ano to, parang medyo, yung comment section natin, medyo naguguluhan lang ako. Kasi di ba Vietnamese coffee yung pinag-uusapan natin? Tapos sabi ni John Sainay, parang, yung nakuha ko dati, maliit, pero makinis. Parang ibang coffee yun. Baka yung mug.
Anong,
Baka
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 yung
the
mug?
mug.
Baka yung bag? Yung bag.
Baka
na
ano,
comes
tinagalog
with-
niya lang yung smooth, kaya makinis. Eh, di ba minsan may
Oo.
coffee?
Yun!
Yung
Smooth
ano,
Or
as
maybe
in
makinis to the
translation.
throat.
Tama.
Smooth,
Hindi,
yeah.
ano yun, smooth nga.
Makinis.
Smooth. Oo,
Smooth,
tama.
smooth.
Yeah.
Doon na lang tayo.
And, sige, doon na tayo
Yeah,
ha.
I think that
Sige.
works. Yeah,
From
let's
Meryl
stick to that.
KK, I fell in love with a clown, but he didn't take me seriously. Oh, it is a
Aw.
clown. Oy, pero maraming
I hate
ano ha.
clowns.
Maraming,
I'm sorry. Whether they're in costume or they're just clowns, I really can't.
I
Clowns
remember,
are fun.
a friend once told me na parang, oh, kamusta na? I haven't seen in a while, di ba? Parang, oh, kamusta na? Oh, kamusta ang love life? Oh, ito, I'm dating a clown. Tapos tumawa ako. Tapos sabi niya, no, I'm really dating a clown.
Oh no!
Ang clown
Who's
yung
this?
profession!
Oh, clown.
Who's
Tapos I was like,
this?
oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I thought you meant like, as it, you know, like,
Like, they like
loko-loko tong
clowning
kadate
around.
ko.
Funny
Oh, yeah,
person.
something like
Yeah.
that. It was so awkward. Kasi na siya, tumawa pa ako. No. A clown by profession. And I was like, oh Oh,
Well, I'm
yeah.
sure you felt like a
Oh.
clown that moment.
Yeah, you were the clown.
Mm.
Mm.
I
Pero
was
Wow.
definitely the
ano,
clown.
sayang kasi wala nang like parties nowadays. Like I'm sure it's
Yeah.
so hard to get a gig as a clown. And even like the performers,
Mm.
yung mga nagda-dress up as Disney princesses, 'di ba?
Yeah, di ba there's a group called like Clowning Around. They're the ones who create like mga Disney shows. They dress up as
Yeah.
princesses
Something
and
like that.
perform. So I don't know. I think they have online gigs now.
Tsaka ano, di
Online
ba?
birthday parties.
There's a TV show about them, yung about the British royalty, The Clown. Di ba?
The clown! Guys, naramdaman ko yung eye roll ni Hazel all the way from here.
alam mo yung may tunog, merong actual tunog.
Oh my God.
And also coming from Camilo, I fell in love with the sailor. But apparently, he was just cruising. Ay, parang nobody uses that term anymore, no? Di ba usually parang now people say like naghanap ng booking or I don't know. Di ba parang nobody uses the term anymore na cruising, which is like looking for a hookup. Basically, that's what it means.
And ano,
Um,
one of the professions, again, na may ganong reputation. Don't they have that reputation that they're, di ba, kapag, yun.
Pag sailor, yeah, di ba? The saying,
Sailor
the old saying na parang sailors have a girl in every port. Kasi
Yeah.
parang kung saan daw mag-dock yung boat, meron silang girlfriend doon. So, yeah, he has a girl in every
Parang
port.
kawawa naman sila.
Mm-hmm. And coming from Archer Aguilar, I fell in love with a sprinter, but he wouldn't go the distance. Unlike a marathoner, di ba? Pag sprinter, kasi usually, ano lang yan eh.
Oo, short
Finite
distance.
yung distance eh,
Ay.
short distances.
I remember
And the thing
before, I
about-
don't know why we were allowed to do that. One time during our interims in high school, parang ginawa kaming pang-break ng mga sprinters. And it wasn't a good idea because it's not like they can just stop you. So
Yeah.
literally body
Ito
slap.
lang ka. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Why
know
would
why
they
we
do
were
that?
allowed to do. I don't know. It was so weird.
Sabi, yung mga bagsak
Oh
sa
my
conduct dyan, patayuin nyo dun sa harap nung nung mga tumatakbo.
Yung mga
Para
laging nasa
para
guidance
punishment
counselor.
yan. Oo.
Oo.
Baka yun yung yun talaga yung
Grabe,
idea.
maybe.
Oh, hello to
Ano?
Tedrick. Tedrick Yao. He's
Oh, hi,
listening.
Cedric!
Morning,
Hello,
Tedrick.
Good
Hindi,
morning.
sabi nila, ang ilagay natin dyan, yung mga nagkiklaim na good girl daw sila, napabarkada lang sa mga bully. Yun ang sabi nila.
Alam mo na, nagigigil ako sa inyo.
Yung kunyari, napabarkada lang daw sa mga bully.
Kaya siya talaga yung nag-organize ng barkada na yun.
I never engaged. I'm just friends with the bullies.
Okay.
Well,
Kasi
I mean,
si Rica,
Yeah, go.
pag nag-make ng excuse, pag nahuli sa school, ang standard ng excuses. Keshi naman siya.
Kanina nga eh. Yun yung sinasabi ng mga tao on the comment section.
Keshi!
Keshi, si Hazel
Alam mo,
And,
niname
coming
drop pa yung high school ko sa comment section. Walang iya kayo. Don't name drop my high school!
Okay. And from JR
Remember
Keita,
that.
I fell in love with a comedian, but he made me cry.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
Very
But they say
Kelsey
it is-
grammar.
yeah. They say it's very
yeah.
difficult actually to be with comedians kasi nga there's this dissonance between making people laugh and at the same time the issues that are deep-seated kung saan nila hinuhugot yung comedy. It's usually a dark place. So, yeah, it could be a
You
little
should
difficult.
you should read up on Kelsey and Camille. Oh my God, that was
sad.
that wasn't pretty. And I heard that they're bringing Frasier back.
Oh,
Yeah,
they are?
they have a reboot or something, and the only person that's signed on to do it Or the deal that's been locked is yung kay Kelsey Grammer pa lang? Kasi siya yung
They
title,
can't,
diba?
they can't
Character.
not have Niles there. Diba?
Ah, okay.
Parang, it's
I have no
incomplete without
idea.
it.
I've never
Niles
seen
is
an
so
Niles.
episode.
important. Oh,
Oh,
they're
you've
so
never seen
good.
Frasier?
Good.
I love
Really?
Frasier.
Super
Oh, it's
good.
so funny. It's very
I've
smart.
never seen.
I've never
And I think
seen
he's
Tsaka
a
it.
parang
DJ,
those
right?
two are like, parang, yeah, broadcaster. Not
He's a
DJ, but like
broadcaster.
he has a radio show.
He has a
Tapos
radio
parang
show.
they're calling them, kasi magkapatid sila eh. They're calling them the gayest straight people. Kasi very, ano sila, very smart and
They're very
very,
posh.
like there was this
They're
one
very
time they were
posh.
talking, very posh. So a lot of people think they're very parang gay yung sensibilities, but when actually they're just very cultured and very like one time my favorite Fraser parang exchange. They were talking about a color like beige, but they kept going on. Like, is it beige or is it sand or is it ganyan? Tapos, like maybe like 20 words for beige, different names for it,
Oh,
and they were
okay.
all familiar with it. Parang gano'n, it's very smart in that way. Very, very,
Even with with
ano,
white,
makakatuwa.
there's eggshell, there's pearl, there's
Diba?
ref. Diba?
Oo. Mother of pearl. Yan, kasama yun dun sa mga list nila
I
of
actually
colors.
don't know what
And then,
eggshell like kunwari sa car, eggshell. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I think it's an off-white, right?
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
hard.
it's a little bit
It's
off.
a little
Yeah,
hard.
medyo off-white.
Medyo ganun.
Kasi may
Pero,
cool-toned white din,
I will
merong
have to agree.
warm-toned white. 'Di ba? May mga ganun pa.
Kulto? Kulto na white? Ano?
Cool-toned.
Ah,
If it's like a little on the
Sabi ko
bluish
cool-toned.
side na white,
Are
'di
you
ba?
part of a
Versus
cool toned?
Are you a
Akala ko
part of the
cool
Keshi
to.
culto?
no, pero I must
Yeah.
say, I agree with Rica na kunyari lang kunyari, you give me a shade of white. Parang hindi ko siya ma-identify as off-white or basta parang for me it's white as opposed to let's say maybe browns or the yellows or the reds. Medyo maaano mo pa yung kung ano yung maroon, kung ano yung magenta, kung ano yung fuchsia. Medyo I think I can. But white, I don't think I can.
Do you
Pag
think
ano lang,
to a
pag
certain
onti
extent-
siya, fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Hindi, si Igor. Di ba? Si Igor.
Ano yung fuchsia?
Si Igor! Fuchsia! Iniwan tayo.
Kami lang ni Chico natutuwa. Uy, ang cute naman
Oo,
yung
ang ganda
fuchsia
kaya
mo.
nun. Tapos di ba silang anak ng fuchsia talaga to. Hindi mo nakahininig yung mga follow-up jokes namin ni Hazel.
Oo nga. Ulitin natin.
Hazel, they
Ang
haven't
cute naman
stopped
yung
Panoorin
yet.
fuchsia
naman.
You can
mo.
leave
I
again for a
left
while.
the chat for a reason. So, yeah.
Hazel, I'll let you
Panoorin mo
know
na
when
lang
they
sa
stop
ano.
talking, and then I'll tell
Panoorin
you
mo
to
sa
come back in
Facebook
again.
Live. Oo. Panoorin mo
Fuchsia
na lang
na
yung video.
Ortigas.
I can't leave because we're gonna
Okay.
go off air. But yeah,
Yes. Pag nag-off-air
Yeah.
si Markki, tanggal yung Facebook Live.
Oo, wala na.
And coming from Meryl KK, I fell in love with a lawyer, but he lost his appeal. Yeah.
Aw,
And
it happens.
different
It happens.
it happens. From Camilo, I fell in love with the janitor, but he kept sweeping things under the rug. Mahirap yan. Kailangan pinag-uusapan nyo talaga.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will resurface again pag ano. Pag ano.
Whether you like it or not, it will resurface in the future pag
Ang
nag-away-away.
hirap na to have that fight over and over again.
Nakakatawa lang if you watch The Circle, one of the contestants, si Chloe, literally swept
I love
things under
Chloe.
the rug, under the carpet. Kasi
I love
nag-alis
her.
siya.
She's so-
Tapos she was
she's
like,
so
"Oh, okay."
funny.
Tapos inangat niya yung carpet, sinut niya lahat sa ilalim. No,
May
inalinis
bago
niya.
na siyang may bago na siyang show.
Yeah, she has a
Did
new
you
show. And
hear?
she's actually very active as well on YouTube. And I think they're still dating ni Mitch.
Hey, that's
Or-
great. I'm happy for
yeah.
them. I'm happy for
Wait,
them.
is that like a dating game?
No,
The
it's not.
Circle?
It's a social experiment. Parang
Yeah.
Survivor-ish type of you're gonna vote out someone, may influencer.
Yeah,
Super
actually,
interesting. You should watch it.
The first season was a little bit more dating, 'di ba? Oriented because the
Ah!
people But the
Sorry,
second,
which dated may couple ba sa first season? Parang wala
no,
naman.
but
Si
I
Sammy?
think there was a little bit more flirting going on as opposed to this season.
Ah.
Chloe was the
Mm-mm.
only one flirting. Everyone else was playing the game.
Yeah. Well, Trevor
You
played.
get
Wait, yung nanalo
Trevor.
kasi, just so
Trevor.
you know, so you have a background, Chico and Rica, yung nanalo, catfish. So, it's actually a woman catfishing to be her husband. She
Her
played
husband.
Trevor. So, the whole show, yung character niya, yung picture niya na lumilitaw, kunyari siya yung husband niya. Tapos, this girl, Chloe, started flirting with that character. Tapos she
With
played
Trevor.
along. Tapos imagine when it was the finale and magkikita-kita na
They
kayo face
finally
to
saw each
face.
other.
Yung mukha nung Chloe na parang she was so excited. She's like, I can't wait to meet Trevor. Like,
Trevor's
I'm
coming
so
in. I can't
excited. Oh my
excited.
God. I hope I look good. I hope he thinks I look good. Tapos pagkita niya biglang babae yung dumating.
Babae
Tapos when she revealed pa na actually Trevor's my
is my
husband.
husband.
Oh!
Awkward.
It was so
Oh,
awkward.
but
And they were
what if
sitting next to each
ano?
other. They were the only ones there. Literally, no one else had entered. They were
They
the
were the
only
first
two.
two. Oo.
So
Oo.
imagine that.
But they're like super close friends now, apparently.
Yeah.
But what if ano,
I'm
no,
just so
pagpasok niya,
happy.
girl pala si Trevor, tapos ang reaction niya is, even better. Wow! What if?
It was
Mas
kind
lalo
of
niyang gusto pala, no?
it was kind of awkward because they were also kind of like because they've been flirting for a while, right? And then when they started to talk and they were looking at each other, it was still flirty.
A little bit. But then you
A
know what?
little bit,
Maganda
just a
yung
little
ano
bit.
eh. Maganda rin naman yung sinabi ni Catfish, ni Trevor. Sabi niya kasi parang, well, you started the flirtation. You were the one who flirted with me first. And I felt like I had to flirt back with you because it was a game, diba?
Mhm.
So, yun.
No hard feelings, yeah.
No hard
No hard
feelings.
feelings.
And from Meryl KK, I fell in love with a statistician, but he said there was no chance. Oh. And ito, it's the opposite naman ng isang entry kanina na sprinter. 7070 says, I fell in love with a marathoner, but she left me in the long run. Oh.
No.
And let's have a three-way tie for the top I fell in love with you, Custer Winston, Roger Ash, and Loki Manzano.
They all say.
Custer Winston says, I fell in love with a travel agent, pero booking lang pala niya ako.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, that happens a lot. Yeah, akala mo,
Yeah,
fall in
because
love right
also,
away.
especially if they make you feel special, you know.
special.
Kunwari,
And the people,
initially magbebenta sila and then they make you feel a certain way. You get hung up on them.
And sometimes you
talent,
also fall
yung,
in love with the idea. The idea of
oh,
loving them as opposed to just them. Because you don't know them really. Because it was just a booking. So
right?
watch yourselves.
And from Roger Ash, I fell in love with an executioner, but he left me hanging.
Oh no.
That's dark,
Nabitin
man.
siya.
That
That's
got a
dark.
little dark.
That's really dark. And from
Does.
Loki Manzano, I fell in love with a waitress, but she only wants the tip. Yeah. Mm.
Mahirap kasi.
But the tip,
Diba?
the tip has the most, diba?
Di ba
Like,
pera yun?
effect?
Tip? What are you talking about?
Tip.
Hindi,
Yeah, we're
it
talking about
has,
tip.
Like,
I was
it has
gonna
a
say
big
the most
effect.
feeling. I was gonna say parang, alam mo yung, di ba pag yung sa tip, doon mo malalaman how your customer truly feels about you. Kasi parang kung maganda yung service mo, lalakihan nila. Kung
Hey,
hindi,
I
konti
I
lang.
worked in a restaurant for a while, and there was one time I got a really substantial amount in tip, and I was really happy.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was also given the room number of this individual. So I
That's
got
not
a
a
call
tip,
because I was
Markki.
doing
That ain't a tip anymore.
I was
That's a
doing room
down payment.
service. I was doing room service, right? And like, and I get a
No
call,
comment.
and I'm like, okay, let's go upstairs and deliver the food. So I delivered the food. Nung
Right.
dumating ako, biglang may tuwalya lang na suot. Dun dun dun. Well, I was
No,
happy with
it's
the
called
tip.
Di ba sabi ni Rica, that's not a tip, that's a down payment. Yeah, you can even call it like a signing bonus. Di ba? You can call it a signing bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. And
So
yeah, what about us? What's our answer? I fell in love with. I can go first. I can go first. Um, I fell in love with a goat, but it was just me.
Eh,
It was just me.
Me, talaga?
Me.
Pwedeng
I
pa-try ng
fell
me?
me
Sabi,
or be.
sabi ni Nathaniel Trilliana, ang suot lang, tuwalya ng kare-kare. Sabi yung na-try.
ganun lang.
Ang pangit. Tapos alam mo yung may sapsa pa ng kare-kare.
Yeah. I fell in love with a singer. But it was in front of Lea Salonga and we were off key.
Me, that's me.
Wait,
Ako naman.
hindi pwede ikaw yun. Sabi ni Markki, stinger eh.
Alam mo ba, sometimes I have, because I'm traumatized, minsan when I'm driving, naiisip ko yun, what if like, somebody asks me a question na parang, what's your most embarrassing moment on air? Tapos laging that moment comes up. Parang sabihin ko, when I sang in front of Lea Salonga.
Kanina nga sa comment section, may nagsasabi, wala bang sasagot sa mga host ng I fall in love with a podcast co-host? Epic ka naman. Hindi ko ano yun. Parang hindi ko alam yun.
Ano na lang, ano bang pwede? Gusto ko kasi I fell in love with a rusher.
Oh,
But, ano ba?
lagi
but
siyang
hindi
bottom.
but-
Hindi, lagi siyang bottom sa top 10. Lagi siyang,
hindi. Ano na lang.
lagi
kasi
siyang nasa
Kaso lagi siyang top. Eh, ayoko.
Ayun,
Okay.
masyadong
Kasi
magaling, no? Masyadong
Masyado
magaling.
magaling.
top entry, yeah.
Lagi siyang
Kasi
top 10 sa top 10.
Yun pala yun. Ako,
Yun pala yun.
Well, sometimes it's okay na verse, di ba? Top and bottom means.
Pero kasi ako,
Top
hindi,
entry,
pero,
bottom entry.
True,
Hindi,
true.
tama na.
Mm-mm.
I won't reveal any.
Rita?
Wala.
Ako, I fell in love with a DJ.
Oh, yes, you did. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
The question is how many times? Hindi.
Bam! Bang!
I fell in love with a DJ. Kaso it ended after he made me bate.
What? Ay,
Ah. Was
Bate.
it him who made you bate or was it you who made him?
Now I can make him bati na kasi I'm also a DJ, di ba?
Kasi
There.
on air na si Hazel eh. Oo.
oo.
So,
Yeah,
siya
But
na.
ano natin,
is-
parang medyo natin, whittle it down a little bit. Sige nga, parang station.
Ano na lang question? DJ pa din ba? DJ pa din.
Station.
Thanks for joining us. That was fun. Thanks, Keshi.
Thanks, Keshi.
We're gonna go now.
Reminder lang doon sa mga handlers ni Keshi, please check out the off-air
No. Please, no.
part of our Facebook Live. Maybe it would be interesting, and then maybe there's feedback from Keshi. But thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, and it'll be a weekend.
Woohoo! Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.